What is this? What is this? What is this? Nothing. Nothing. Peace and love, apparently. The V for victory. The V for Venus. The V for Victoria. The V for vengeance. The V for vagina. The V for this. No, it's a mockery of the Y. XY. But you believe in the XX. Where does it come from? From the XY. It's a mockery. This is the new worship. The sigil. The sigil. The sigil that means nothing. The sigil that is false promise. The rainbow. Even though it's a covenant between man and God that there would not be death, destruction by flood again. Oh, but no, now it's just fluidity. The rainbow now represents fluidity and pride somehow. Fluidity and pride, even though there's set colors in the spectra. But colors is just used because guess what? Colors is part of the image that you worship. And who knew it was just checkered? It was black and white, but now it's in full living color. And now it's just undeniable and you can't resist it. But what is it? Say Bash. The Lebensborn. Who knew? What is it? What is it? Oh, it doesn't matter. It's just some symbol that has been rehashed and used again, but it doesn't matter. Really? Amazing. So you're just cherry picking. You hate the swastika and you say it's just white supremacist nationalist Christian male. Hate him and kill him. Kill the white Christian supremacist bigot slash racist slash murder slash patriarchy slash bash. Because what is it that they worship? Satan! Wow! And so do you. So stop being a hypocrite. Embrace it. Because truly, the Creator prefereth that you be honest with what you worship and stop pretending. Because why are you crying? Why are you crying if truly you worship to the wilt? Everyone deserves the pursuit of happiness. Yes, let them be and let them die, right? But no. Just everybody has to be good to each other. Come on, people. The golden rule, right? Smashed. Smashed. Open wound just festering. But all because you believe in this. And there's the peace sign. Oh, and all the nations are just holding hands, singing Kumbaya. No, they're chanting, steal, destroy, and kill. All while being deceived by the two pillars of supposed peace and love. No, the two pillars of Jacob's ladder and the black and white checkered platform form that is the basal living that you think you evolved from somehow, but you think you're in the flesh to try and enlighten yourself. Oh, what a shame. And it's just baby Buddha giving you the opportunity to be unattached. Unattached, separated, fragmented by the light. Yay! All for this. Let's take a listen.
Scared of being unpopular. But I don't care about being popular.
Yes, you do. That's why you're on this bash video.
I care about climate justice and a living planet.
Really? No. You care about making animals as you. You believe yourself to be an animal, worshipping the animal, and all of a sudden we have no environment to go because we've infringed on ourselves. No, but you won't say that. You say, well, people are just bashed because they keep littering and they keep throwing plastic in the oceans and throwing this and that and just polluting, right? Smashed.
You are not mature enough to tell it like it is.
Oh, you're not mature enough. You're still neverland. You smoked up and snorted the pixie dust that Tinkerbell just couldn't wait to give you. And now you're on some ship in this some air that is guided by Lucifer, and it's just whirling you around the whirlpool of the whispers of nothing. So what are you talking about?
Even that burden you leave to us children.
Oh, right. Of course, the children is the ultimate weapon because children who knew are at the front. They're the front line. Now, because before it was the men that went and got slaughtered, bloodbath, both sides, bloodbath, both sides murdered. Now open to, you guessed it, embrace whatever they say is the future. Amazing. Bash. Smash, 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 smash. Oh, the poor little bear just doesn't have enough to eat. And now he's a Skeletor, but there's anorexic people everywhere. So no, they just have to focus on the bear that his bones are showing, and now he's dying. But no, anorexic people aren't enough. And world famine isn't enough. And this and that. And abuse in general is not enough. Why? Exactly. Because you worship it. No pain, no gain, this, that, and the other. It's a dog eat dog, kill or be killed. The strong do eat, and the weak are meek. So you just slash them. Smashed. Greta, outside the government building, somehow bashed into the world and just came in. Look. August 2018, Greta sits alone outside the Swedish parliament. Look, she's like a homeless person, just on the street asking for change, begging to live. And what are you doing? Oh, just some other environmental bash. Whatever. They've been crying this for who knows how long, so what difference does it make? I'm just going to let her bash. Exactly. Worship of the light. Worship of self-betterment. Self-wisdom, man's wisdom, and technology and science. You worship all those things, and so therefore you are living in comfort. And who gives a bash if somebody's huffing up dust, eating dust, mud patties? You actually say, well, at least it's healthy for them. And you say, wow, give them more. So you say, well, just because I'm just in comfort means ignore this. But ignore this, why? Well, who knew that this actually is a tool of the empath? Using the emotional state of being to defile you. Yes. Because who knew an image of a little girl sitting on a corner like a homeless person triggers people? Who knew? Protesting the government that does nothing about climate change. Right, they do nothing about climate change, but they do everything to convince you live on some ball that's just flying into the abyss and just going somewhere and nowhere all at the same time. Wow. Amazing. Our civilization is being sacrificed. This bash is hilarious. Look at it. It's a mockery of you. It's it. The clown that just begs you to float with it, and you say, okay. And it just defiles you. But no. You call that our civilization is being sacrificed. By who? By who? Who's doing it, you fool? Yes, you are.
Our civilization is being sacrificed for the opportunity of a very small number of...
Right, look at this spiral. Look at this button, this inverted nipple. Okay, look. The government apparently does nothing for the environment, but they do everything to make you believe that you're on this spinning thing that's just amazing, and there's other Gaias out there, but you can't study them because this is the only one. There's just photos of them. Relentless streams of data that just are compiled into an image that you say, wow, who Woo! Smashed.
of people to continue making enormous amounts of money.
So this bash kid is convinced. She's been brainwashed to make her think that it's all about money. What a shame. Money is just the actually shiny thing that is used to just kill, destroy, and thieve away what? Life. Exactly. But you're gonna say, no, it's just a small people at the top of the pyramid that want more money. What a shame. No. Why would they want more money when you're just being slaughtered and bloodbathed? And it's just, wow, you're doing it to yourself. And to them, it's hilarious. Who knew? But no, to you, it's just, oh, no government is doing anything for me. So therefore, I stand alone in a corner with my sign and say, climate change, help me live, help the children. Please help me live. Look, there's so much burning and this and that. No, you're on fire. Your parents lit you ablaze and are watching you just consume and turn into ashes. All because they believe, and so do you, that you will rise above like the phoenix from the ashes. Wow. What a shame.
Our biosphere is being sacrificed.
Our biosphere is being sacrificed. The little splinter of life that we say just somehow lives on the surface of the earth. What a shame. What is life? To you, it's just some bash thing that evolved over billions of years. And somehow, now you get to boast about it, and all of a sudden, it's a crisis. All of a sudden, it's a crisis because you're about to wipe it all out, right? What a shame. You think that man and man alone has the ability to just wipe himself out and wipe it out, because who knew that evolution over billions of years has just done it, and apparently for the survival. It's self-preservation, but somehow you are the ultimate rebel. Somehow you are the ultimate rebel. Awaken. Do you not see that you're deceived? What is the ultimate rebel except the defiance, the rejection of life, of the way, of the true promise, the purpose of life, of creation? Who knew? Wow, no. It just has to be that they're all in it for the oil. They're all in it for the oil. And they're just blasting smoke in little puff clouds that are killing us. What a shame.
So that rich people in countries like mine
Oh, exactly. Now they're blasting music into
can
you
live in
and saying,
luxury.
and countries like mine full of the Aryan race. Right? Look. And what is it? Rich countries? Lebensborn. Who knew? What is a Lebensborn? Literally, fount of life. Could it be like a counterfeit of the fountain of life, the tree of life? Yes. What an SS-initiated, state-supported, registered association in Nazi Germany. Right. People, they wanted you to believe that it was just in Nazi Germany. It was just in Nazi Germany. Yes, it was just in Nazi Germany. And repeat it, people and people will believe it, with the goal of raising the birth rate of Aryan children of persons classified as racially pure and healthy, based on Nazi racial hygiene and health ideology. Lebensborn provided welfare to its mostly unmarried mothers, encouraged anonymous births by unmarried women at their maternity homes, and mediated adoption of these children by likewise racially pure and healthy parents, particularly SS members and their families. So who knew, like a modern day Planned Parenthood? It's the same thing, just rehashed, refurbished, and sold to you as a novelty. What a shame. But you say progress and liberation and freedom, right? Smashed. Replace this with Lebensborn provided abortions. to its mostly unmarried mothers, encouraged anonymous abortions by unmarried women at their maternity homes, and mediated abortions of these children by likewise racially poor and parent. But see, it's all the same bash. Initially set up in Germany in 1935, Lesbenborn expanded into several occupied European countries with Germanic populations during the Second World War. It included the selection of racially worthy orphans for adoption and care for children born from Aryan women who had been in relationship with SS members. Who knew that this sentence means that they were being bred? Women were relentlessly inseminated by SS members to give birth to more super babies. It originally excluded children born from unions between common soldiers and foreign women because there was no proof of racial purity on both sides. During the war, many children were kidnapped from their parents and judged by Aryan criteria for their suitability to be raised in Lebensborn homes and fostering by German families. At the Nuremberg trials, mockery, much direct evidence was found of the kidnapping of children by Nazi Germany. And still, children are missing. They just disappear. They are the ultimate death fakers. Who knew? Children are just faking their own deaths and this and that. Wow, who knew? Background. Bosch, meaning found alive, was founded on 12 December 1935, counteracting falling birth rates in Germany and to promote Nazi eugenics, exactly, which existed in the Americas prior to World War II. Yes, it was actually an American-inspired notion that eugenics is. Wow, who knew? Located in Munich, the organization was partly an office within the Schutzwaffen SS, responsible for certain family welfare programs, and partly a society of Nazi leaders. Who knew? The Lebensborn is to support racially, biologically, and hereditarily values families with many children, placement and care of racially, biologically, and hereditarily valuable pregnant women who, after thorough examination of their progenitors' families by the race of the settlement Central Bureau of the SS, can be expected to produce equally valuable children. They're just seen as baby makers, right? But no, you praise Planned Parenthood and liberalize it. No, they see you, they see you as in the way. They see you as in the way. But they're using you as you bitch and cry and complain and just everything to get their agenda fulfilled. They want to eliminate you out of the picture to bring in the new race. Who knew? So women, stop bitching and complaining. Okay? Look at what is being done to you. It is the honorable duty of all leaders of a central bureau to become members of their organization Lebensborn. The application for admission must be filed prior to 23rd September 1936. Hurry! Chances are limited and you are the chosen one! Implementation. Initially, the program served as a welfare institution. Who knew? For wives of the SS officers, the organization ran facilities, primarily maternity homes, where women could give birth or get abortions, right? Or get help with family matters, Planned Parenthood. The program also accepted unmarried women who were either pregnant or had already given birth and were in need of aid. Planned Parenthood provided that both that woman and father of the child were classified as racially valuable. Planned Parenthood. About 60% of the mothers were unmarried. Planned Parenthood. The program allowed them to give birth secretly away from home without social stigma. Who knew that that's exactly... Replace this. The program allowed them to get abortions secretly away from home without social stigma. Wow, the softball is just Groundhog Day. Who knew? The case of the mothers wanted to give up the children. The program also had orphanages and an adoptive service. Who knew? Planned Parenthood. When dealing with non-SS members, parents and children were usually examined by SS doctors before admission. Planned Parenthood. Amazing. But no, 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 no. It has to be that we are so progressive. We're so different. We're so different. And, smashed. About 8,000 children were born in Lebensborn homes in Germany, and between 8,000 and 12,000 children in Norway. False numbers. Elsewhere, the total number of births was much lower. False. For more information about Lebensborn, Norway, see war children. Okay, because who knew that children are still missing? They're abused, traumatized, this and that, split into, now you think they're regular ass people every year. But no, they're Lebensborn, meaning totally bashed in abused and totally under your control. And who knew that you could place them anywhere? Who knew? And they will fulfill any role, any character to a mastery. Who knew? Post-war. After the war, the branch-level organization operated in the Northeast Europe was accused of kidnapping children, deeming racially valuable in order to resettle them with German families. Wow, what a shame. Still the same. Who knew that people are stealing children still? For what purpose? You say, oh, they just abuse them and have sex with them and kill them. No. Who knew that they are, yes, that is done to them, but then they are told transform and rise from the ashes, and now they take on multiple personalities and go and smash. That's their superpower, and they kill at it. Who knew? However, of approximately 10,000 foreign-born children located after war in America-controlled area of Germany in the trial, the leaders of the Lebensborn organization, the court found that 340 had been handled by Lebensborn, blah, 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 acquitted on charges of kidnapping. Who knew? And brought to the U.S. and given free range to do it in a different place now. Who knew? Post-war. After Germany surrendered, the press reported on the unusual good weight and healthy health of the super babies. They had to just mention it. They had to. They spent time outdoors in sunlight and received 2 baths a day. Everything that came into contact with the babies was disinfected first. Who knew? OCD women out there today doing the same thing. Nurses ensured that the children ate everything given to them. Until the last days of the war, the mothers and the children at maternity homes got the best treatment available, including food, although all others in the area were starving. Wow. Once the war ended, local communities often took revenge on women, beating them, cutting off their hair, and running them out of the community. You can't wait for that to happen again, can you? You're just gonna bash other women and say, you're not pretty, I'm pretty, smash, steal their baby. Many less-born children were born to unwed mothers. Who knew? Himmler's effort to secure a racially pure Greater Germany, sloppy journalism on the subject, as well as Nazi ideology retained by some, led to persistent false assumptions about the program. Really smashed. The main misconception perpetrated by the Nazi sympathizers as a straw man was that the program involved coercive breeding. Coercive breeding. Who knew that that's exactly what's taking place right now? Both men and women deceived to pursue false versions of themselves, resulting in more slashing bloodbath. Who knew? The first stories reported of the Lebensborn was coercive breeding program can be found in the German magazine Review, which ran series of the subject in the 1950s. Who knew? Smashed. The program did intend to promote the growth of Aryan populations through encouraging relationships. Who knew? What is a relationship? Oh, well, how you see the world, isn't it? How you see. What do you see? Between German soldiers and Nordic women. Smashed. Self-help groups in aftermath. So, of course, look, Swedish took in several hundred Lebensborn children from Norway after the war. A famous survivor is blah blah blah, a member of the music group ABBA. So who knew that this person is probably just a descendant of the Lemons board, and she is now doing the will of the agenda that doesn't matter if you call it German or the Third Reich. No, it's an agenda of who? Satan. Yes. But no, it couldn't be. No, 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 no. It was just Hitler and Himmler. They were just those bad guys. They were just bad guys. They were bad. But the Americans and all the allies were good. What a shame. Totally split. Because you are blinded to what you're actually living in current and day out. It's the same bash, all while you think it's defeated. What a shame.
It is the sufferings of the many which pay for the luxuries of the few.
Oh, it's the sufferings of the many that pay for the luxuries of the few. Look at this. She looks like one of these, and her parents are truly descendants of these, and everyone's parents is descendants of this bash. No matter where you lived, this permeated through. No matter if you think yourself a developed or undeveloped or bash, 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 whatever. Now you certainly are, because it's the same thing all over again. You think you're living in some bash, freedom, liberalization, of progressivism, of liberty that somehow, yeah, you get to be the front line of it, right? Not being aware that you've been just murdered. 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 Who knew? Certainly not you. You believe it to be some linear bash history timeline frame of this and that, but no, the future is no right, Smash. You believe in this. You believe in this. And you certainly believe in this. All in your boast of pride. What a shame. Apparently, these guys knew where it was at, right? They were the new hope. They were just having sex with everyone and everything, and that was liberty. Yay! What a shame. What does that even mean? I don't care. I just didn't give a bash. It was just love and light and smoking and doing drugs and acid, expanding the mind, just grow, expand in and out and in and out and in, and the friction is just amazing. And now, climate change. Right? But who knew sustainability, the idea of this and that, and the idea of the hippie movement and bash, free love, and everybody hold hands and just expose your genitals, because don't be ashamed. You're just a bash body, and who cares? Look, that John Lennon was a bash. He was like, oh, look at my bash wife, and I draw images and take photographs of her vagina relentlessly. And we're just going to camp out and sleep naked in a bed and have journalists come and interview us. What a shame. What were they doing? Exactly. Murmuring you into some bath earth worship. You may say I'm a dreamer. Yes, you are a dreamer. Living in fantasy. Living in fantasy, promoting some outer space love that is the cryosphere, of the biosphere, of the atmosphere, of the hydrosphere, of the weather, of the climate, of the human emotion, that who knows when it's gonna go a blunder, right? Wow, it's all just who knew? It's a total fiasco. Look at it. Terminology, this, it's just so real. It's El Nino. And it's gonna come and smash you. Be afraid. Be afraid. Look. The layers of the atmosphere are just bouncing off the heat and this and that. And it doesn't matter if we're spraying things and little tiny particles in the air to keep it in. No, it's in efforts to keep the blast rays of the sun out. So don't worry, people. Don't call them chemtrails. Don't even call them contrails. It's just us trying to help you. We're just trying to make you live longer. please love us. Right? What a shame. People believe it. What a shame. Of course they believe it because they have to. Otherwise, their identity is destroyed. And they can't have that. Because that's what they believe life to be. Some identity in the flesh. What a shame. What a shame. And no wonder this Bash kid is just crying relentlessly.
You say you love your children above all else, and yet you're stealing their future.
No. They're abusing you, Greta. They're not stealing your future. They're abusing you.
In front of their very eyes. Until you start focusing on what needs to be done, rather than what is politically possible.
Politically possible. Who knew that everybody just worships that? Whatever is politically possible, that's what we do. And people smash and organize, and I'm a leader. Yay! I can get people to smash pots and pans and hold signs and yell nothing. What a shame. You call that change. You call that change, and then you bash people that actually see, and you say, oh, you spiritual muser. You just live in Fantasyland. No, you are the one living in Fantasyland because you perpetuate it, all while stealing, killing, and destroying. Wow, who knew? You liar. You hypocrite. What are you doing?
There is no hope.
There's no hope, Greta, but there is false hope that they sell you in commercials like this. September 2018, every Friday, Greta goes on strike and skips school. Look, it's like an angry little old man with braids. Look. It's what you worship. You worship the transgender and the... It doesn't matter about age and this and this. You worship all that bash. The transgenerational love of children. And I get to just have sex with all of them. What a shame. But why is this child doing this? No, it's not. This child is not doing this. Whoever organized this video and made all this awesome music and this is doing that. This children is being used. Because who knew that every child going back 50 years, 60 years to the back bash hippie years, who knew that all these people were like, yes, we love trees and we love nature, and especially we love marijuana and acid, LSD, and all the DMTs of ayahuasca, who knows. Peyote this, peyote that, and hash, and all the wonders that just go in your brain and smash. Amazing. So who knew that all these people just were so enlightened? They were so enlightened, right? Apparently. Somehow they just went out. They went dark. They went cold. They went ice cold, and now we have to deal with this. Somehow we just need to deal with this because they couldn't. They tried so hard, the hippies they did, but all of a sudden they just, what? Exactly. Did nothing! Wow! Except to sell you into further slavery. Who knew? Who knew? So Greta, keep telling us why you're skipping school. She hands out flyers to politicians begging them to do something. Begging! Exactly. That's what life has been turned into. Begging. And you say, oh, homeless people, they're just beggars. Get a job, you dirty homeless person. No, you are the one that's begging to live. Wow. Yes, a few other friends, look, they're just sitting there. This one has posh tied hair, but no, this one's the real one because she's in yellow. Just like yellow Buddhism and this and that and this. It's all symbolism just blasting your brain, but you don't even know. October 18, every Friday they refuse to go to school. Really? What is school except what that which taught you to act this way? Amazing!
The year 2078.
The year 2078, when the earth is still some bash amazing curve and you can see some rising bash light over it. Yay!
I will celebrate my 75th
Again.
birthday.
No, you won't. How do you know? If it's as bad as you do, you could die tomorrow, Greta! What are you saying, Greta? It's so crucial! Why are you thinking, why are you assuming you're going to live to your 75th birthday, Greta? Greta, what are you doing? Greta, do you need help? Yes, apparently you're begging to live! Wow. What a shame. Your parents are mute. They are basically non-existent because apparently you just woke up and saw this horror and said, what is going on?
If I have children, maybe they will spend that day with me.
No, they won't. They'll be on their iPads or whatever past technology is and say, and not even give a damn.
Maybe they will ask me about you.
No, they won't. They'll say, Mom, give me some food.
Maybe they will ask why you didn't do anything.
No, they won't. They'll say, Mom, why are you taking so long to bring me my food? Right? No. Because why didn't you do anything? Wow, Greta, why aren't you doing anything? You're just bashing on the emotional strings and it's playing a lovely cry song. Cry me a river. Do it all the way to you. What? Exactly nothing. You've been sold, defiled, bent over, contorted, and told you're stretching and huffing and puffing and getting better. No. Because you are not doing anything. You're the one that's just in convulsion state. Pure reaction, pure trigger. You have no idea why you're crying wolf because people have been saying the same bash you have for a long time, Greta. Greta, do you not see? Greta, do you not see Groundhog Day? No, you don't. Apparently, you think you're the new voice and the new message. What a shame.
While there still was time to act.
Oh,
You only talk about moving forward with the same bad ideas that got us into this mess.
exactly. Bash. You're just rehashing bash ideas. Albert Einstein, you can't create new solutions with the bash same mentality that created it in the first place, right? It's the same bash. It's the same bash, Greta. Do you not see, Greta? What do you see? All you see is the pollution, and you say, oh, my parents defiled me, but it's my chance. No, I said the same thing. My parents said the same thing. Their parents said the same thing. Greta, wake up. You're in a stupor. You're drug boosted and just vaccinated into the bliss. And told that you're the Lebensborn. You are the super child, baby. You are the super race. Finally, they're saying something. Finally, they're saying something worth listening to. Finally, the Lebensborn have woken up and said, no more. What a shame. What a shame. What a shame. All the while, people are being purged. Just smashed like mashed potatoes. Who knew? All in the name of deniers or supporters of this bash. Us against them, right? Just relentlessly. It couldn't be, wow, do you see life and live it? Or are you in denial? Because apparently this to people is life. This is life. You're in the hot zone always. You're in the hot zone. No. What even allows this image or the notion of conception or whatever it is you bash to think that the earth is hot? What allows for that to even be possible? No, you won't answer that question. Instead, you just worship this and say, action now, organize, community, sustainability, green, biological, natural, sustainable. All these bash words that mean nothing. You're just trawled, burnt out, false contact, twitching. Okay, your interference, penalty. You're in penance, for you're in relentless penalty. Why? Because you know exactly what you're doing, yet you deny it.
Even when the only sensible thing to do is pull the emergency brake.
Oh, pull the emergency brake, people! Just do it! Just say no and stop, even though you might be half, way to blowing your load, but just say stop!
And if solutions within this system are so impossible to find, then maybe we should change the system itself.
Oh, of course, this batch calling out for change of the system into a new system. What a shame. Who knew that's exactly what they did? And now it's this. Wow. This person is begging for a rehash story. So don't worry, Greta. They're cooking one up for you. Greta, they're cooking one up for you just as they did for me. Okay, so Greta, don't worry. Greta, they have a solution cooked up for you. Don't worry. They're just leaving it to the very last edge to where people are going to say, okay, please, 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 just allow me to live. So Greta, be patient.
We have not come here to beg world leaders to care.
Yes, that's what you're doing.
You have ignored us in the past and you will ignore us again.
Right, so now you're just going to take it, aren't you?
We have run out of excuses and we are running out of time.
What time? Apparently time isn't real, Greta, so what are you saying? What are you saying, Greta? Now you're a hypocrite, Greta. You're just a child, but why are you already a hypocrite? Could it be that you're just parroting what you've been taught? Yes, because Greta, now you've begun the pathway into pushing yourself away from the affinity to life. And now you're pushing it away and you want to magnetize towards the ways of the world so that you can have some sort of effect on it. Wow, deceived. You won't change the world, Greta. The world changeth you. Who knew? But Greta, what are you saying? December. So everybody had time. February 2019, scientists from across the globe joined the movement. February 20, the Belgian Environment Ministry resigns. February 20, I've been called the children trogons and liars. So the minister called the children liars. Wow. And that she had to resign after that. So now the children are in control. Wow. Lord of the Flies. Who knew it had to come to the point? It's all been a softball infringement on your brain to what? Exactly, make you believe you're the brain, and it's consciousness that evolved and smashed into it and came out from some bash half aped into a quarter mouse into a quarter bird. It's just a reptile, and it's a basal layer, and it's a top layer, and it's just a Russian shell of a doll. It just goes in, and it's just disheveled, smashed.
I've
You
learned that you
don't-
are never too small to make a difference.
This is the same bash message everyone has ever received. The people are the power. Smashed. There's no power in the people because guess what? The power of the people that they think they're evoking is the power of the swarm. Wow, because truly there is only union with Christ. And who knew that this swarm will destroy those who follow the way, the truth, and the life?
What we could all do together if we really wanted to.
All for some efforts to clean up the garbage of the beaches and this and that and siphon the oil from all the waterways and all of a sudden detoxify the soils and all of a sudden make the air clean. Greta, you're in denial. You are in denial, Greta. You think the children are here to make Earth better? No. No, they are not. They are here to see the true aspect of being outside of the love and way of the Father. You are living the actual lie that was believed by your ancestor and including your parent today, that was believed by your parent, and now you're just parroting it out and just hashing and refurbishing and just mechanicking your way into some absolution of some sort of sense. Bash, Greta.
But to do that, we have to speak clearly.
But to do that, we have to speak clearly. Get the message. Look, speak clearly, and look how many bash messages are out there. Greta, you're in denial. Look at all these relative truths. Because what clear message is it if they're all saying different things? Greta! 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 Greta, please. Exactly. You're a descendant of the Lebensborn, the super babies that somehow are speaking about climate change and they're making us change our minds. No, they're not. They're just furthering some bash image that these bash people thought that they were engaging with. Wow! Because it's the same thing, just inverted, twisted, rehashed, and sold to you as a free market. What a shame. What a shame. Because the old days were just poor. And they didn't know better. They were suppressed and they were not liberated, and women suffered and they were just relentlessly beat down and smashed in the face with a bucket. They were kicked in the face with boots relentlessly day in, day out, and kicked. And their babies were kicked by boots of men and aborted every day, right? That's how much suffering women were going through. And they were just so badly beaten and just not even seen or recognized or valued, right? No. That's what you do. That's what you do by going to Planned Parenthood and aborting and selling false promise of, you guessed it, freedom. You sell people false hope of freedom. Look. Open doors are open. Oh, look. It's just them caring for you. As they scrape the fetus out of you. Wow, they had to put some pregnant doctor in there. Some clinician that's just going to defile your baby out of you. But no, she's keeping hers. She's keeping hers, and she's going to abort yours. What a shame. What a shame. People, okay, women are crying, oppression, oppression. We have been dispatched day in, day out, not giving any credit for anything. And that's why we're just going to go on here and smash and take it. Because none of you men have any notion of empathy. Wow, no. No, 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 no. Bashed. Look at this. STDs, birth control, abortion. Who knew? That's what you worship. Sex and abortion. Amazing. It is amazing. Don't worry. I'll abort yours all the while keeping mine. Yay! All because it's just going to be a burden for you, and we want you to keep believing that you are the future and you reach for the sky and keep your career and post an image of networking and reward open and always just evolving. You are the evolution. So don't worry, the Lemons More will take care of you and raise your child for you. Yes. All in the name of peace, love, and light. You have been brainwashed, trawled, beaten, sodomized, defiled, and shanked. And you think you've been taken to the next level of apparently revolution. What a shame.
No matter how
Look, just beat your
uncomfortable
drums.
that may be.
Now is the time. Look, I was holding a sign like that once. Now this bash is doing it. Wow, Groundhog Day! Yay!
We cannot solve a crisis without treating it as a crisis.
Bash. Look, of course, you worship Satanism. You worship the light. Child, Greta, you have been deceived.
We have come here to let you know that change is coming, whether you like it or not.
Right, so this bash is saying exactly what this bash is saying. But no, you hate this guy. You hate him. You hate him. You hate him. But this bash says, listen, I'm doing it my way. You guys haven't seen change. I'm going to do it. This guy's been saying, oh, I've waited, but you're out of time, and now it's happening. Greta, you're saying the same thing. Greta, why are you saying the same thing? Greta, why are you saying the same thing? Greta, why are you saying the same thing? Whether you like it or not, I'm coming through. Greta, you're not coming through with all blasting. No, Greta, you're lost. You're lost. Okay? Because I just lost that feed and I had to rehash it again and I had to find it. Look, because you made me, I don't know.
You are too scared
They
of
don't
being
care about you,
unpopular.
Greta.
Imagine what we could all do to be uncomfortable. We have come here to let you know that change.
Right? So change is coming. Exactly. And you're saying exactly what this bash is saying. But Greta, you're saying the same thing. Why?
Is coming, whether you like it or not.
Exactly, whether you like it or not.
We make a change!
We make a change! Oh, look at this guy just invigorated. Just above the blast. Everyone in single here. No, he just lost, confused, bashed. Exactly what you're meant to believe. Because the same thing is being done before. But now you're doing it all over again. Groundhog Day. Who knew? Because apparently these people were wrong. Apparently people that lived simply didn't know what they were doing. They were passionate. They had no idea. They were just lost. And they were oppressed. But now we're so liberated and we know exactly what to do. We just can friction from our being as much as we want. And it's so amazing. But we're ablaze and we're on fire. But don't worry, listen to Greta.
The real power belongs to the people.
Really doesn't? No, it doesn't. The people are the ones that do it to themselves, Greta. Skip school, hilarious. Because school apparently is the way to show the world that you care. Because school is apparently the one thing that's supposed to be power. Education and knowledge is power, right? Smashed. You have been smashed. Because of this, and because of this, it's the same thing. Do as thou wilt. Do as thou wilt, Greta, has been the name of the game that these bash people believe that they were doing. They believe that they were the way they were creating a new era of sustainability and peace and love and light. So, Greta, don't worry, just wait for it. It's coming for you, Greta. It's coming for you. Don't worry. They will keep you. They will keep you alive. It's coming for you. Look, the peace is signed. Look, the peace is what you believe, but look, it's the eugenics and all the bliss of just killing off the old people and just being the superborn. The superborn and the fountain born. You are born directly from the source so that you could say what happens. And you could turn this blast fire into this happy place. Wait, there's no happy place. Look, it's all dismal and decimation and desecration. And look at it, look at it. Oh, it's just a fire, guys. Don't you see? You just have to love one another and hold hands and jump into the volcano and say, hope for the best. Because this guy knows it. Look, he's just wearing pink glasses because Lavigne and Rose, who knew. And these people apparently were just so simple and bashed. They had no idea what science was. They were just apparently getting stronger and learning all about life. They had no clue because apparently, Greta, your time is running out! To save our future, Greta, let's save our future together! It's the same bash that was sold to you 30 decades ago. 3 decades ago. Even who knows how long. But listen, Greta, it's the same thing over and over again. Groundhog Day, but you swallow it and you eat it because you believe in this natural philosophy. Look, Greta, look! Look! I could spend all day and all night going through all this, and it's what you believe, Greta. So grab a hold, Greta, because one day the science will come in and just support your wishes like these guys wanted to. And all of a sudden, it does! We can rehatch and reborn you in artificial wombs and past lifetimes and characteristics and phenotypes upon phenotypes and gender this and gender that. And who knew? It's all about peace and the inverted V and upside down nothing. Oh, Greta, what is going on? Of course, check mark, like Nike, just do it. Just do it, like these guys did it, because we're on our way to somewhere because we deny this. We think this is prehistoric and just ape-like. This was ape-like. Because people just lived and always beat down women, smash her across the face at any chance we got. And we just couldn't wait to kick her in the stomach to abort her child. We just couldn't wait. We just couldn't wait to get home and kick her in the stomach and punch her in the face and just do everything just horrible to her. We just couldn't wait. Right? That's what we're sold. Patriarchy this, patriarchy that, oppression this, oppression that, violence this, violence that, always against women. Apparently. What a shame. And who knew that's exactly why you live and worship this and this? Who knew? Who knew? All because we're out of time and Nike says go do it. So, go do it, you bash. the upside down V and the upright sign V and vagina, 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 because we couldn't say the word vagina enough times to make you feel comfortable until you just said, huh, I feel like vagina now. Amazing. Repetition is the name of the game, and the love is born knew it. Uno, and oh well, now Greta is just the only one who protests,
And
apparently.
leaving plan.
And she's the only one that's saying, hey, I'm saying the same message that's been said for decades, at least in our collective memory, but who knows what collective memory is? Greta, you're being deceived. Your parents sold you into the greatest natural philosophy Ponzi scheme that there ever was. And now you're saying the same thing that this should say, but somehow they hate him and they love you. Amazing! You're both doing twos at will because, listen, you say, I've waited long enough. The time's running out. Now it's time for the children to take control. Lord of the Flies, who knew? Now it's Middle Earth and Frodo and his friends are just gonna bash and show you right. Alright, Greta. Let's do it. We'll end it there.